Okay, you got it.
Thank you. Hello, folks. Welcome to your weekly select board meeting. I don't know is the town clerk's office coming in? Does anyone?
I'd be surprised because she's in the.
Okay, well, our town clerk has been out for 2 or 3 days, so we'll catch up with her next week. We've approved this week's agenda and last week's notes. Bills to be paid and reviewed. Our weekly chore. Yeah. Ads in the paper, we have an ad in this week's shopping's guide on a public hearing on the closure of parts of Keezer Mountain Road and Hasty Road next Tuesday at 6 o'clock at the town office. It's also on Facebook and the town website. So hopefully if you have some concerns, have some questions, please stop in. No reports from the animal control officer or the York County. Or I should say code enforcement officer in York County. We have an appointment sheet here for a deputy animal control officer. There's a potential for our existing animal control officer to take another position in the northern country. Tomorrow we have a planning board meeting. 5 or 6 items on it. Lots of I don't know what you want to call them. Lots of hearings going on. Site plan reviews, subdivision reviews, new business, land use ordinances. So it'll be, I'm sure, a very interesting meeting, and come and see what's going on. Deb, I see a note here on the, says Appeals Board Public Hearing Notice. Deb?
Oh, that's in the wrong place.
Okay, well, we'll just skip it then.
Sorry. That belonged up in the ads.
Oh, okay. Comprehensive Committee next meeting is August 29th. They should be just about finished up. David was going to check in the Secaucus Road to see if anyone had heard anything.
No, I again emailed the 3 people that I emailed before and got a reply from the one person at Flycatcher that he hadn't heard anything.
Okay. I mean, people understand they're still paying us our money every year, so it's this is to their detriment, not ours.
I was actually looking at it this morning. It's crazy how fast the poplars must be already 8 or 10 feet tall.
Really?
And they just mowed them over last year.
Yeah.
You know, I'm sure, it would take nothing for them to mow them over again, but it's
But they'll have to
crazy.
do it again.
They'll have to do it again, yeah.
Yeah.
Are people still dropping tires behind there and stuff, or is that?
I don't know. I mean, of course, now the bushes are up, you can't see again. It's a prime place.
Yeah.
People take advantage of it, but, so they could be it, I don't know.
Okay. The plan is that when this project gets going, we're gonna be fencing the salt shed and cleaning it up and making it look respectable. There's a lot of graffiti on it right now. Budget Committee, I don't know when, I know they had a meeting last week, I don't know when the next meeting is scheduled.
It's this Thursday.
Pardon?
This Thursday?
This Thursday, which is 16th, 17th?
16th,
16th, okay.
okay?
No.
No, 17th. You were right the first time.
They're, hopefully this is their last meeting so we can set the budget, so we can start to do some work and get that information into the town warrant for the annual meeting, which is next month. Stanley Building, no news.
Well, there is news, there's no ruling. They want to get the lawyers together at the end of this month. So, was that 20-something, do you remember, Deb? Wasn't that what you told me about?
No,
No, I mentioned it.
Ed mentioned it.
Oh, okay,
I'm not sure the date, 20,
okay,
well, 23rd, 24th, something like that.
We
okay.
haven't received a notice from our attorney.
Yeah,
But there's about, I guess, 5 lawyers involved in this, so
yeah,
a Zoom meeting with the judge, so that'll be exciting. No principals, just the attorneys. Shakopee Rescue, we have our July report, and rescue is doing very well. You can see this report on the website, but 104 calls, of which Shakopee answered 98, which is outstanding. We received mutual aid on 6 calls, we gave mutual aid on 1 call, so it looks like we're equipped properly to handle the demand we've got right now.
are you getting the breakdown that you were looking for?
Well, sort of.
Sort of?
I just gonna mention that, Cornish has 22 calls, Hiram 27, Parsonsfield 31, Porter 22, Baldwin 1. Gives the reasons, mostly just says medical, but average response time is 13.3 minutes. But they say the times range from 1 to 30 minutes, depending on the distance and the time of day and night, so. When I asked for that, I was hoping they'd be able to break out
Just Parsons.
just Parsonsfield, because I'm sure we're in the 20 to 30 minute range, but I'm not, I'm not positive. We corrected a local government record on an application that should not have been recorded. So we signed the affidavit, certificate of assessment, and municipal tax assessment warrant for 22 and sent it back to them. We do have a request to use the old townhouse. Someone wants to have a memorial service there, I believe. Want to wait a little bit on that. We're not quite sure. We know some work needs to be done in the townhouse. We're not sure how, quote, safe it is. Jesse's going to have someone come out and look at it, see what it would take to get it fixed, and the condition of the building on the inside. So
I think we agree that until the access to the attic is fully blocked, that it's probably not a good idea to be allowing functions there. I mean, I don't know how soon we could get that blocked off, but somehow it needs to be closed so people aren't just traipsing up there. There's no railings, no nothing.
is there any way we can get that in the next couple of weeks, or you think?
Don't commit to it.
No, I'm not committing.
Come on, Jack. All right, so we'll just say that for now, we can't allow anyone to.
I agree, I really don't think it's a good idea, just because the attic access is wide open.
Yeah.
And and I've been up there, it's not gonna fall down, but it is a little bit,
Shaky.
a little,
Then there are places where there are no floorboards.
Right.
Stand on the plaster slab
Right.
and do some serious
Yeah, you
damage or hurt yourself.
Yeah.
And we did we looked at that as part of the ARPA funds to be reimbursed if we fixed it, from the government. We were told unless there were town meetings held there, that it wouldn't be supported as an ARPA reimbursement. And really, the only meetings right now are things like this that people want to do, or the Historical Society would like to use it once in a while, so.
Right.
We're gonna wait on that until we find out the condition of the inside. Renewable energy credits, we got a little bit back from Vision Energy. Aside from getting a reduced rate, we have energy credits. We got a couple credits, so we got a payment of $65.60.
So, can anybody explain to me what this really is? Is this
It's-
for the additional? No. We're not, it's a net metering, so we're not getting paid for the electricity.
No, there was agreement made by the selectmen to get like that dividend, I can't remember all of the wording on it, David, I'll have to find it for you, but that's something the selectmen did agree on.
We get some, we
Well, I'm not
get,
arguing
no,
with
we
you.
get
I know.
we get a credit every year. I think it's been 2 or 3 credits in the past, but
Okay,
2 this year.
okay. Thank you.
A resident had a concern about 28 Elm Street, the condition of the building and the property. And Dr. DeKay was asked to go out, our public health officer was asked to go out and look at the property and give us a report.
Did that come through this office?
I think the person found out who the medical person was, the doctor involved, and called them directly.
And I don't think we should have citizens dispatching our,
Resources.
That, I mean, that, yeah,
No, I agree, is that how
Yeah.
that worked?
I just got an email saying what was going
I
on.
got the email.
all right, so,
I got a call asking who our health officer was, but I was given no information
Yeah.
other than that,
so, would you email Dr. DeKay? You
Yes.
have an email for him?
Yes.
And just mention to him that he needs to be sent from this office.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
people should contact us.
Yeah.
And after that, if they have a conversation, that's
Right,
fine.
right, yeah, we'll do.
At least we're apprised of what's going on.
Right.
We're looking at September schedule for the CPR class. October, I'm sorry, it was rescheduled from September to October. 30-day lien notice, this is more of the town clerk's bailiwick, but 30-day lien notices were mailed out, I don't know if it's today or
Last week.
last week, right? Payment due by August 31st by 4 o'clock. Just a couple of workshop items. David and I met with Phil Allen from Chalmers, our current insurance people, and with Marcus Ballou, MMA Risk Management. They both gave us good proposals, and we'll be looking at in the next week, probably an opportunity to save a few dollars, so maybe quite a few. So we'll keep you folks appraised of what's going on with the insurance. That was that. Jesse, you got anything?
Nope. If I do, I can't think of it right this second.
Well, it'll come to you.
Yeah, up to 7:30.
Yeah, Dave, you got,
I don't have anything.
Dave, can you mention about rescue, Bruce Spittle's?
Oh, yeah, Bruce
Request.
Thibodeau is looking for money again. He says that we should be using reserve funds.
No.
No,
No,
No.
they asked to use reserve funds, but
Yeah.
then Ed said, no, they'll use your ARPA funds, but he wants that money in advance
oh, yeah.
of knowing whether they will get the grant for the remaining balance. Because, the,
USDA.
thank you, USDA is requiring that. When I spoke with the chief, no mention was made of any payments being made in advance. I don't know how you wanna handle that.
So the USDA wants to see that they have some money before that they give them money? Is that
Yeah.
In their
like that?
bank, he said, in the bank, in two of the towns, he said has already released funds.
Well, we voted on it, everyone voted on it.
yeah, we can give them the funds with the understanding that we get them back if they don't get the ambulance.
Yeah.
Well, we'll write up some type of contract or agreement.
Just an
Okay.
agreement, I mean, the town.
That makes
voted-
sense.
The town voted on the money
Yes.
for the ambulance.
Yep.
So the money is there. Yeah.
And it's federal money.
This is to
And it's
be
only
used
3 towns, right, that, or
for,
4.
4, so there's only 2 towns so far that have committed.
well, like, I mean,
Well,
They're gonna have, if they don't commit, we're gonna get our money back.
yeah,
Or
I'm
some
sure
money
that
back.
they will, correct.
but the article was written if the other towns so agree.
Well,
Well,
What's
2
wrong
towns
with that?
have, but,
well, if the other 2 towns have already released theirs, then we're the third, so
and
we're
who's
not
the
the
4th?
first. You know, probably Porter, I'm gonna guess.
All right, so we'll write something up saying, here's the federal money
We usually last, and I don't wanna be last every time.
for the ambulance, but if this doesn't come to fruition, we'd require our money back.
Yeah. This,
So
yeah,
we
the
can
money
spend
was-
it on
correct.
roads or
It
something.
was voted on by the town to
Yep.
be used for a new ambulance, so
Right.
it can only be used towards the new ambulance and nothing else.
Right.
That's basically all.
Yep.
All right. I don't know if there's anything, well, we do know. Jen is sitting here very patiently with all sorts of great news and interesting tidbits, and so, Jen Lewis, would you like to
I'm,
say a word or two?
or 2. How are we doing with contractors for dishwasher showing up tomorrow? Electrician, plumber?
I don't know about electrician, but the plumber, did you talk to him?
Well, I called Paul, but the number I have was disconnected, so.
Well, somehow he found out.
Yeah, he found out it was gonna be delivered between 8:30 and 9. He called me here and said, so they're gonna deliver it between 8:30 and 9 tomorrow? I said, yeah. He said, okay, I'll be here at 8:30. Yeah, so I,
Okay. Well, I'm expecting Bob to be here, around that time.
Yeah.
That's great, I mean.
Yeah.
if-
and Keith, I let Keith know, I didn't hear back from him, but he's,
Okay,
unless he's working out of the area
I
somewhere.
mean, I know he doesn't have to be here tomorrow, I think it's
Right.
basically the plumber that needs to connect to see, according to Bob, it's not a difficult fix to
Mhm.
put it in, so.
Yeah.
And my other question is hot water.
Well, we still need to discuss that. Worst case is we turn the furnace on.
Okay. I mean, would it really be the worst case if it's only being used by the dishwasher once a month, or?
Well, it's the cycling of the hot-cold cycle on the boiler that's not good for it. And, I mean, we burn 2 gallons an hour, 2 gallons of oil an hour, so.
And I offered, and it still stands, or if you wanted a new one, that's something to look into, electric hot water heater. Might not be a bad option to put a hybrid electric hot water heater in the building. That way the furnace can be kept up all summer long, but yet there can still be hot water in the building.
And we could ask Paul what he thinks about the booster heater, if it's, I know you and I looked at it, but maybe he's got some other idea that
Yeah.
that booster heater could,
Right.
put water into the dishwasher, which would be
Right.
awesome, because it's more easily accessible.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah.
I never realized we didn't have hot water here, not that, I mean, obviously nobody needs hot water other than for your coffee, but you have a coffee maker, so,
That's true.
in the summer.
All right, is Martin, he came in and left, I don't know whether he's,
Mark was here.
He's probably talking to the CEO, I'm gonna guess.
Something else I wanted to ask, not that I need an answer. The town-owned property on Secocas, just listening to, the solar fields and everything, but the fact that the road is private, Secocas Road is a private road, if that town-owned property were to be made into some kind of a park, is there an issue with people who might want to come and park, where that opening is now, where the gates are?
I don't see that there would be, because where the opening is the town-owned property. You know what I mean?
Yes.
I mean, as long as they're going in and parking on the town property.
But you're allowing them for the use of the road, that's,
well, it's all right.
well,
Well,
they,
if they're accessing, it's the town's property, so the town has a right of way to get to its property, and the people are the town. So the people
but the
can.
road is private,
The
correct?
road
No.
can be used by everybody that has a right of way, which would be if you own property in there. The town owns the property, so
Okay.
anybody in the town can go in and drive to that salt shed if they want, turn around, drive back
Right,
out.
okay.
Because
Yeah.
it's owned by the people, so they
Okay.
can do the same thing, go into the town-owned park, and, at that point, maybe the town would wanna look into maintaining that section of the road more often, you know what I mean? It's just something to look into, or come to an agreement with the rest of the people on the road, because you don't want it terribly beaten or washed out.
No, they're happy that we're maintaining the road a couple times
No,
a year. I
it's
mean, they're-
better
We're doing
than.
it once, and some people want it done a lot more.
Correct, and when we knew that would happen, as soon as we did it one time, we knew that they'd say, oh, wow, it was nice, why aren't you keeping it like that? Well, because they never kept it like that, so, yeah.
Yeah, but this would probably be impetus to maintain it a little better,
Correct.
because it was done before, it'd be good passable during the winter.
Correct,
Whereas
and
now
then
we're
this would be
talking about during the
summertime,
summer.
yeah. So, but I would think there'd be absolutely no issue with, people can, I mean, like that little walking trail that they created.
I know I take my Wednesday walkers there on occasion.
Yeah.
It's not passable right now at all.
Right.
And would there be an issue, say Jim and I went down with our weed whackers and cleared it so that it could be walked on?
I can't imagine that so if you folks don't, probably it's not going to, because it's gonna be volunteers, you know what I mean? So I would see absolutely no issue with it, yeah,
Just don't clear any more openings to the water.
right.
Jim knows all about that.
He knows all about it. That doesn't mean he won't do it.
That's right.
Mark Mouse just joined us, owner of the Keyser Woolen Mills LLC,
That's right. No, call it the Keyser Falls Woolen Mill.
Keyser Falls Woolen Mill. So, do you have news, or just want to say hello, or?
I had some, David had told me last time I could get one of those big maps in there. They don't have any, so,
No,
um,
sorry.
no big deal. And then I dropped some applications off for our planning board review.
What was that, Keyser Commons?
Keyser Commons.
Is that the front building?
That's the stand, yeah.
Yeah.
That's the stand. And then, I guess we're get a hearing on the 24th. So that's, we just have to wait and see what happens with that one. That's the one who's on it.
That's the one we mentioned, attorneys only meeting.
Yeah. I don't want to say anything, I guess.
I'm sure a lot will get accomplished.
Yeah, they're good at scheduling another hearing.
Yeah,
Jesus
yeah,
God.
yeah. So,
Anyways,
that's all I know.
It's not our problem, Ed.
I know, well, it is, because David will probably have to attend as one of the principal attorneys.
You're right.
All right, folks, a low-impact meeting. Thank you very much for listening, watching, and hope we didn't scare anyone away. Thank you very much.
You guys will be here tomorrow morning?
sorry I didn't return your call, is that what it was about with the plumber?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, because I was surprised I didn't have his number.
Yeah.